Hello there. In this video we're going to look at solving equations with denominators. Let's look at the most simple example where we have, for instance, x, our unknown, over 5 equals 4. Well, the technique, as it is for all the others, is to get rid of the denominator. And do that by multiplying the whole equation by 5. X divided by 5 times 5 becomes x, and 4 times 5 is 20. Now a more complex one, such as this, where we have x as the denominator. We go 1 over x equals 3. Well, as before, we get rid of this denominator. So we do that by multiplying the whole equation, in this instance, by x. 1 divided by x times x becomes 1. 3 times x is 3x. Now we've got one more step than we had before. We divide both sides by this number in front of x. Coefficient is called, to give us 1 divided by 3, or 1/3, is 1x. Now, let's take that one step further. Get rid of this. And what about when we have an expression on the bottom? Here we go. 1 over x minus 2 equals 5. So, same game plan, get rid of the denominator. So multiply everything by x minus 2. So 1 divided by x minus 2 times x minus 2 becomes 1. And then on the right hand side I get 5 times x minus 2. Now put it in brackets because I'm multiplying the whole thing by x minus 2. Expand the brackets on the right, we get 5x minus 10. And now, I solve an equation, but in this instance, unlike most of the cases at grade C level, I'm working from right to left. So I move this across to the left. So I get 1 minus 10. You always take away when you move. Equals 5x. 1 minus 10 is 11. So 11 is equal to 5x. And we finish off by taking this coefficient here in front of x, and it becomes the denominator of our answer. So 11 over 5 is what x is equal to. Right, now let's move straight on towards the grade A star type problems. Let's get rid of that. Example 4. Here we go. 2 over x plus 1 plus 3 over x equals 7. Right, now this gets quite involved. First things first, we concentrate all our attention on the left hand side. We haven't got a single denominator. We've got 2 denominators. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify the left hand side. Now if you saw my earlier video, we do that by by multiplying the 2 denominators to get x plus 1 times x, and then we cross multiply. So we're going to get 2 times x, so I can do that straight away, and then x plus 1 times plus 3. Put that in the right order. So I'm now going to expand the numerator, and I get 2x plus 3x plus 3 all over. Now I'm going to expand the denominator. I get x squared plus x. Can I do any simplifying? Because this is looking rather complex. Yes, I can. I've got 2 x terms here. So I'm going to combine those, and I get 5x plus 3 all over x squared plus x. Now, that's equal to the right hand side, 7. Now, how do I proceed from here? Well, now we use that technique we looked at earlier. I get rid of the denominator. So I'm going to multiply everything by x squared plus x. I put in a bracket here. 5x plus 3 divided by x squared plus x times x squared plus x becomes 5x plus 3 And then 7 times this expression gives me 7x squared plus 7x. Well, how do I proceed from here? Well, because I've got an x squared term, I'm going to make the whole thing a quadratic equal to 0. So I'm going to move this term to the right and this term to the right. So what do we get? We get 0 is equal to 7x squared plus 7x minus 5x minus 3. Simplify the right hand side and you get 7x squared plus 2x minus 3. That equals 0. Now, I made this example up without any thought, so it might factorize with integers. You might be able to factorize it with pen and paper, or you might have to use the quadratic equation formula. Anyway, but that's the technique. It's the same in every instance. Get rid of the denominator. But, as we saw here, when we have a complex expression on the left-hand side, our first step is to simplify it so I have a single denominator. In this instance, it was x squared plus x. Look, I'll go through these more complex ones in one more video. I'm trying to keep them down to about 5-6 minutes. Anyway, thank you for listening.